Climate change affects us all, and we'll need to work together to avoid the worst of this crisis. Thankfully, there's power in numbers, and you're already a part of a community of bullfrog-powered individuals and businesses who are committed to building a renewably powered future. But we're not there yet. In a normal year, more than 700 million tons of greenhouse gases are produced in Canada and released into the atmosphere. Everything from industrial processes and air travel to thawing permafrost are sources of carbon emissions. But in Canada, the oil, gas, and transportation sectors alone represent more than half of all emissions. Greenhouse gas emissions from the oil and gas sector have increased 82% from 1990 to 2018. We're seeing the effects on our environment in real time. Canada's climate is warming twice as fast as the global average. Dry conditions are making forest fires more severe, with 2.5 million hectares burned annually. Fires along the West Coast recently caused Vancouver to experience the worst air quality in the world. So what can we do to address this? The most important solutions involve energy, where we get it, where we use it, and how much of it we need. One of the biggest steps we can take is the decarbonization of our energy system. In 2018, Canada announced regulations to phase out traditional coal-fired electricity by 2030. In Ontario, the phase-out of coal reduced emissions by 17%, equivalent to taking 7 million cars off the road. The resulting investment in renewable energy is creating one of the fastest-growing sectors in the country. From 2010 to 2017, employment in the sector grew 16% to nearly 300,000 people, and Canada's clean energy sector is expected to grow to more than 550,000 jobs by 2030. In fact, investments in renewables and energy efficiency create on average 3 times more jobs than investments in fossil fuel technologies. In other words, the winds of change are already blowing. At the turn of the millennium, economists predicted 30 gigawatts of global wind capacity by 2010. We built 200 gigawatts, about 7 times what was predicted, and we've continued that meteoric rise, tripling our global wind capacity growth between 2010 and 2019. Canada alone has been producing 13 gigawatts of that energy capacity as of 2018. If we harnessed its full potential, wind could supply worldwide electricity consumption 40 times over. If we shine a light on solar power, we see a similar trend. The Economist projected that by 2010, 1 gigawatt per year would be added to the global solar market. But we vastly exceeded that projection, adding 17 gigawatts in 2010. And we're still ramping up. In 2019, we added a whopping 121 gigawatts. Here at home, we have 3 gigawatts of solar energy capacity. A third of that was added in just 2 years. And if we had enough capacity to harness all the sunlight that reaches the Earth in just 1 hour, we could power the entire world for a full year. We can take action together to bring about change. People like you are choosing green energy for their homes and businesses. 2019 saw more than 3 times as much volume from corporate renewable power purchase agreements compared to just 2 years earlier. Take our recently announced power purchase agreement of the Burdett and Yellow Lake Solar Project, for example. These 2 solar farms with a combined capacity of 39 megawatts will be the 8th largest installation in the country. As our grid becomes greener, the emission reductions from adopting electric vehicles get even more significant. We have an opportunity to address the second largest polluting sector by electrifying transportation for personal use, and even more so with electric vehicle fleets and transit options. Energy efficiency is another opportunity for a greener economy. Building retrofits, stronger fuel efficiency standards, and energy monitoring resulted in a 31% improvement to energy efficiency from 1990 to 2016. That's $46 billion in energy costs and 112 megatons of greenhouse gas emissions avoided. The global building efficiency market has nearly tripled in the last decade. This is a win-win-win scenario because you create jobs, reduce pollution, and cut costs. We've been working towards a green future for 15 years, and we know there's still a long way to go before we reach our climate goals. Our community of over 1,500 companies and 10,000 households are already a part of the solution. By choosing renewable energy, they're reducing their carbon footprint and greening Canada's energy systems. The bullfrog-powered community has avoided more than 1.85 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions by putting over 5 million megawatt-hours of green electricity onto the grid, 12 million gigajoules of green natural gas into the pipeline, and 1.7 million liters of green fuel into the system. Together with our parent company Spark Power, we're bringing new sustainability solutions to market that can further reduce your carbon footprint and help you save on costs. The sustainability scene is changing fast, and we're here to help you stay ahead of the curve. As we mark 15 years of Bullfrog Power, we want to thank you for being part of our community and helping to build a more sustainable Canada, for now and for the future.